Hi folks, let's review some Marios. So I thought it would be kind of fun to take a look at different Mario sprites. And to me, a sprite, I don't know if there's an official kind of game definition here, but the rules that I was looking by were, one, it's made out of pixels. I'm not looking at 3D models or other stuff that's non-2D. And second, I want these to be mostly, the way that Mario looks in-game when you as the player are controlling Mario in the game. I'm not pulling a lot of like title screen art or unrelated stuff like that. I found 71 of them from 71 different games, and I'm gonna review them. I don't think I'll be actually ranking them like, on a pyramid or anything like that. But I'm just gonna look at 71 different Marios and tell you guys what I think about them. I've kind of broken them up, not really in release order, but like kind of by platform or console, just so that we're comparing stuff from like roughly the same generation. And yeah, let's get started with some arcade Marios. Donkey Kong, famously his first appearance. I like this guy. This is a fun guy. Something you'll see in a lot of the like early, not many pixels tall sprites is that it's he looks a little gangly just because of the jaggedness of the pixels. I mean, I'm looking at this like, 1,000% larger than it was ever intended to be looked at, and I'll acknowledge that about a lot of the stuff I'm going to be looking at. But I think it is solid. The definitive features. Something that I think makes a good character design, or can end up making a good character design, is starting with having to make it read very small, because that leads you to giving your character distinctive features like the mustache and the big nose and the like curled sideburn here, which is comes up a few times, and then they kind of ditched it after they got enough pixels to not have to do it anymore. So that's the original Mario, Donkey Kong. Wrecking Crew, he gets taller, different hat here for safety. I think this one is fun. I like the way that when they didn't have many colors to work with, they kind of chopped the sprite up into different colors. Like here, it seems like maybe he's wearing overalls with no shirt, which is a cool look, and I think that they should bring it back. Mario Bros. Arcade. Yeah, this one's fun. The googly eye is fun. The expression here is very surprised, which I guess in fiction makes sense. Going, why are there's crabs coming out of the drain pipe? I like the yellow boots. And I don't know, I keep getting drawn back to that face. Is so expressive and fun. I like the matching hat and overalls. I think that this was a good colorway that sort of got abandoned as well after they ironed out more of the details of what this guy is actually supposed to look like. Now we're going to move on to the NES. Starting with NES Golf from 1984. There was apparently some disagreement about this, but this guy from NES Golf was officially confirmed to be Mario. This is one of my favorites. This is the most Mario has ever looked like a human man, and I think that that's very charming. This was in the early days, in the Wild West days of figuring out what this guy looked like, and in this iteration, he looks like your dad dropping you off at Little League practice, and I think that's fun. NES Pinball, this is more in line with the Donkey Kong appearance. A fun detail on this is the like white cuff that I guess it's there to differentiate the arm from his hat, but also implies that to make up for wearing overalls with no shirt in Wrecking Crew, he's wearing overalls with two different shirts in this game. I don't know why he has another overalls button kind of down in the fly region, but, you know, overall, not a bad Mario. Mike Tyson's Punch-Out! This is a very cartoony one. This Mario has, like, Max Flesher, sort of Popeye energy that also definitely went away as things got more ironed out and refined. The eyebrows in this one are very funny. And I guess this is a theme in a lot of these kind of early low-res sprites, but the ankle pixels matching his skin tone here would seem to suggest that Mario is reffing this boxing match without socks on, which is a bold choice. NES Open Tournament Golf. This is a fun look that never came back. A very slim Mario here too. I think that it seems like early on when he had to be square because of the way that the game was rendered, they kind of were like, well, I guess he can be kind of a chunky guy. But then it seems like there was a period when as soon as it was possible to render Mario at higher resolution, they were like, no, he's like a skinny boy. You know, the pinstripes are fun. The different hat is fun. The way that the little button on top of the cap is rendered here, I think is nice. You know, overall pretty good. Famicom Golf Japan Course. This is another weird one. All these like side view golf Marios are a little weird, especially early on. This one is very Seven Dwarfsy to me. Like the droopy like bell-bottom pants and the kind of head and body shape they read dopey to me. Is what I'm getting from this one. Yoshi. This one, This one looks like he is printed at the bottom of a pizza menu. Like he's serving up a couple of sweet pies. I don't know what those extraneous pixels are next to the eyes either, if that's supposed to be eyebrows peeking out from under the hat or what, but if you stare at this one for too long, it's very easy to read it as like some kind of spider creature and not a Mario, giving this one a middling to poor grade. Alright, regular Super Mario Bros. This one is like so ubiquitous and such a piece of culture that you absorb in so many different contexts that it is kind of hard to look at it objectively. I mean, I think for the space that they had to work with, it's totally fine. You know, it's highly readable. It makes sense. The perspective is a little weird, and honestly, most of these have perspective that is kind of weird, where like, obviously he's looking to the side, but then the torso and legs are facing directly towards you. I don't know. I mean, again, I'm looking at these way bigger than anybody ever intended, so not a huge deal, but you know, a totally serviceable Mario. I'm gonna say average Mario, iconic. Super Mario Bros. 2. The blue outlines here are an interesting choice. It looks a lot more muted playing it on a CRT. Yeah, this one introduces something that keeps recurring in these that I don't like very much, which is the like leaned back pose with like kind of holding on to the front suspender. I don't love that. Something about this pose, like the body language in a lot of these reads as very nervous to me, which is strange. You know, otherwise I don't hate it. The mustache here is weird. You know, the mustache joining with the outline and then kind of sprigging off to one side is very Dali, but you know, it's not bad. Super Mario Bros. 3. This is a weird one. This big. I love Mario 3. I think it's my favorite one. And I think, again, for working on the NES and having to fit it in, you know, 11 pixels tall or however many, all the key parts are here. You know, it's fine. You're not going to look at this guy a lot in Mario 3 either, because you're going to get like the raccoon and the frog and stuff too. So, it works. Dr. Mario. This one is not very good. It's been a little while since I looked at the NES color palette, but I have to believe that it had a slightly more appropriate color than like this forest green for the details on this one. Kind of a mullet as well, kind of a mullet Mario, and the eyebrows are not very distinct. I don't know. I don't like this one very much. Barely looks like Mario, looks even less like a doctor. NES Tennis. This is a fun one. He's hanging out on his little high chair. I didn't check if this guy was actually Mario. I've just always assumed, but like, it's kind of gotta be, right? I don't know. It would be nuts. Not that they've never done insane stuff, Nintendo, but it would be bonkers if they were like, no, the guy sitting up on the chair in tennis is just another guy who happens to look a lot like Mario, but is not, is legally distinct. You know, he's having a good time. He's having a good view of the tennis game. Overall, I like it. Mario's Time Machine for NES. This is a weird case because this is basically just the Super Nintendo Mario World sprite, but like crunched down, sort of demade, ahead of the curve in terms of being demade. You see that a lot more now. Demade to fit on NES hardware. But honestly, I think they did a good job. You know, the details here all read fine. You know, it reminds you of the Super Mario World one. If you were a child when this game was released who did not yet have a SNES, and had to make do with this one, maybe it would make you feel a little bit better because, you know, the Mario is the same shape in this one as in Mario World. Yoshi's Cookie NES. This is a weird fit, like... And I don't just mean like Mario dressed up like a chef. I think that's fine. I think that's cute. But like, the fit here is weird. Like, it looks like Mario swiped this hat and shirt and pants and ascot from like a much larger character. He looks like Kermit the Frog doing David Byrne in this. And yeah, baggy and loose clothing is not what you want to wear when you're working around the Yoshi's Cookie machine. That thing will take limbs off. Dianshi Mali Mario Lottery. This is a bootleg game that's not an official game, but I just saw this guy on the website, and I love how much he looks like the mascot for a bakery. This guy belongs on a 89-cent pack of mini donuts at a gas station. That's all I have about this guy. Also, the buttons being mid-strap on the overalls, meaning that they can't possibly be serving any functional purpose, is very funny. And it looks like maybe he's twisted his ankle a little bit on his way to the Chinese casino. So, pretty good, though. Super Mario Land. Super Mario Land is a graphing calculator game that was being passed around middle schools via TI-83 link cable, and then it got published on Game Boy as a scam. This is not a particularly good Mario. You can tell that they made a serious attempt, but like, he's like 6 pixels tall, and it sort of looks like the middle third of this is missing. It looks like we get Mario from, like, you know, top of head to waist, and then it skips right to feet without anything really joining them. I think because the hands end on the same row is the reason for that. So, not one of the better ones. Super Mario Land 2. This game rocks, but the... I don't know, the Mario's a little bit of a mess here, and I get that, like, you only get 4 colors, and I think on Game Boy, like, you only got to use 3 of them at a time or something. I've never made a game for Game Boy. But I mean, hey, it's a hell of an improvement over Mario Land 1, for sure, but the mustache and sideburn being, like, almost fully connected is a little bit strange, and especially at Game Boy size makes this guy a little bit difficult to read the face area. Jaguar Mishin Sashi Senju Soft Mario Family. This is a weird one. This was like not really a video game, but a cartridge that you could put in the Game Boy and then connect it to a sewing machine, and it contained a bunch of sprites that were also sewing patterns. So like this is, I think, the first one we're gonna see that is clearly reverse engineered from official pre-existing art. This probably shouldn't be in this video, but I wanted to bring it up because I was just looking at the assets from this, and they have such a delightful MS Paint fan art vibe to them. Just very cute. Game & Watch Gallery. No, don't like this one. Gotta think that there was maybe a slightly better way to make Mario the shape that you need for this Game & Watch game about juggling. Do not like this Pinocchio-ass lobster claws guy. Goosebumps dummy looking ass Mario. Don't like it. Game & Watch Gallery 2. Where's your eyes, bud? I mean, again, this was... If you own this game and you're playing it on the Game Boy Color, you're going to see it at like 3/8 of an inch tall, right? But it's weird that they were going down the Mario checklist of like, here's the things that we need to have to make sure that people know who it is. Big overall buttons, big old Mickey Mouse shorts, hat, mustache. Didn't get around to eyes. Eyes are not on the list of Mario essentials, apparently. Dr. Mario Game Boy. Very pink. Very... I don't know, weirdly light hair color here. This one is like slightly less skeezy to me than NES Dr. Mario, but I still don't love it. The posture is weird, and it was like a one-off King of the Hill character, kind of. I'm not nutty about this one. Mario Golf. This one's fine. You know, this one reads. I like that attention was given into making sure you knew that this was like a polo shirt. Like the collar has been drawn in a way to make that very clear. I can't think of another time that we've seen Mario in khakis, and I sort of wish that would come back. I would love to see more business casual Mario, more, I guess, golf casual Mario. I think that would be kind of a cool return to form. Unless they do that in other Mario Golf games, which I have not played many of. Picross 2. This one is fine. I mean, I think the little helmet and the little getup is cute. Apparently Picross is about, like, going on a archaeological dig and uncovering Picross puzzles in the desert, so, like, the Schliemann outfit here I think is fun. It is kind of easy to read the whole face as being just a big nose, though. I'm not sure what I would have done differently here, but like the eyes and nose are not quite distinct enough. The perspective kind of reminds me of like your little guy from Pokemon, which I guess makes sense because that's just how you would draw a person from this angle at this resolution. I don't know. I mean, this one's cute. You'll have to see like a different outfit. Mario Tennis. This one actually is really cute. I think that the space budgeting here in terms of how many pixels they had available is very smart. You know, the racket is there, and then you kind of understand what you're looking at. Even though now that I'm looking at it at big size, it's starting to fall apart on me. But you can tell what this is, and you know, for how zoomed out a tennis game had to be, I think they did a really good job here. Moving on to the Super Nintendo. Super Mario Kart. The Super Mario Kart sprites are all, like, weirdly doughy to me. Like, they kind of feel like a kid made some Mario characters out of Play-Doh and then like smushed them down on top of a Hot Wheels car. I don't know. I have mixed feelings about this one. I'm noticing now for the first time that his rear wheel is not actually round, which is also, yeah, that's kind of weird. I've never noticed that. Super Mario All-Stars. Mario Brothers 1 in Super Mario All-Stars. I think this is a smart way to update the old, original Super Mario Bros. Sprite. There's some shading going on here. They're experimenting with the capabilities of the SNES, but not going nearly as overboard as we'll see with some other Super Nintendo sprites. Overall pretty successful. I don't know what that stray white dot is. I think you could have just, if that's supposed to be a button, like that could have just been more red. I don't think I've even ever seen that, and I've played this game a bunch. So, All-Stars Mario 2. This brings back the pose that I don't like, but I think as an update to the Mario 2 sprite, it's not bad. The brim of the hat and the sideburn are the same color, and kind of, you could pretty easily read this as like hair sticking out of the hat, which is now brimless. He's got like a cool beanie. The lighting here it also is like warm yellow, kind of golden hour lighting. The colorway here feels like Mario is like out on the patio trying to get like some Instagram pics. All-Stars Mario 3. This one feels like an experiment in chopping up Mario into like the fewest possible shapes, but maintaining its readability, right? Like, basically you got 6 shapes here in 5 colors, but like you know what it is because if you've made it all the way here, like, yeah, you're probably familiar with this guy and his color scheme and roughly his proportions. It's basically just like a recolor of the regular Mario 3 sprite, which is not a bad way to go here. The off black outlines also I think are nice. Kind of lends it to more of like a hand illustrated vibe in more of a Yoshi's Island direction. Mario and Wario. This is one of my favorites, I think. Something about a lot of Super Nintendo sprites is that there were so many more colors to use that they kind of went overboard and made stuff that feels like kind of muddy. But here I think like the shapes are very clear. It reads, there's shaded areas, but I think overall it's really successful. I think if Mario World looked like this, I would not be unhappy. I really like this one. Mario's Super Picross. This is not really a controllable sprite of Mario, but this is another example of like, this seems like it was pretty clearly backed into the game based on existing art from a manual or something else, somebody drew this by hand and then handed it to somebody who was doing art for the game, and they were like, just throw this in there. I don't know. It's fine. It feels a little soulless in the way that some of these things do. The like dead-on stare and kind of uninteresting posture here, but it's not so bad. It's fine. Yoshi's Cookie for SNES. This one is, wow, scared, shocked, alert. But those are the emotions of playing Yoshi's Cookie. So I guess really, as a sprite, it's a little weird, but as a piece of the game, it works pretty well. I'd give this one maybe a B. I can't start doing letter grades. That's too much to think about. I think this one is good in context. Super Mario World. Super Mario World's color palette is weird, right? Like, the red is very pink and the blue is very teal. Like, it looks sun-bleached. This looks like Mario on the cover of a book that was sitting on somebody's windowsill for a long time. Yard sale style Mario. I don't know about the, like... Because I think just the red and the skin color are starting to come too close together in a way where they start to dissolve into each other. I don't know if I love... And maybe this is a controversial take. I don't think I like the Super Mario World sprites that much. Which is a bummer, because this same model and similar color palette are going to show up a lot. Yoshi's Island. This one's fine. You know, I think if it was a completely new concept to me, and somebody was like, hey, can you draw Mario as a baby? I would probably arrive at a similar place. You know, babies don't typically have a mustache, but you keep the big old nose in there, and and the hat is kind of big, like it's his dad's, and he's grown into it. I don't know. It's cute. It's pretty good. Super Mario RPG. This is a good one. I don't know if this is pre-rendered or not, but if it is, like, they did a really good job. I don't love pre-rendered graphics, and we're gonna look at a few of them that are quite bad. But this one is fun. The chunkiness here kind of makes it feel like a little Lego guy, or like a wood carved toy, which I think is appropriate for like the overall. Because overall, I really like the visuals of Mario RPG. The isometric thing and the different set pieces, and I think this blends in with those pretty well. Mario is Missing for SNES. 95% of it is just the Super Mario World sprites with slightly different colors, but it also contains this extremely busted Diagonal Mario, who looks like he's been closed in a car door. Bad. Just gonna agree with everyone here. Not a good game. Mario's Early Years Preschool Fun. This is a weird one. This is, I start to think, especially when you don't have many pixels to play with, Mario is kind of Simpson style, never supposed to be looking directly at the camera. This is a weird one. Considering that this game was probably produced for very little money with limited staff, they did a fine job. But it is, like, weird, right? I mean, it's just, I don't know. Maybe it's just because of the game's reputation. A lot of these, like, 90s licensed games have a reputation for being wonky and janky and weird. This one also uses a lot of pillow shading, which is kind of like a term in pixel art where you just color something in from the outside, and you use just lighter colors as you approach the center of the object to kind of try and create depth, but it just looks kind of weird, like one of those puffy stickers. And there's a lot of examples of that in this list, so keep an eye out. Wrecking Crew 98. This one is adorable. I really like this one. I mean, at this scale, looking at the individual pixels, it's a little bit of a mess, but I think it reads pretty clearly, and I think it's adorable. He's got his little Mega Man guy hat. He's got a big old hammer. He's ready to wreck, and I kind of like the color choices here, like shading with brown and using the darker tones on the nose and stuff. Kind of makes it look like he's a little grubby from working the demolition site. I think this one's really cute. BS Excitebike Bun Bun Mario Battle Stadium. This one's okay. I get it. You don't have a lot of vertical space, and you have to get Mario and a motorcycle in there. So, yeah, I think they did a pretty good job. I mean, not outlining everything and only outlining stuff that's kind of in different perspective planes was a smart choice. And, yeah, it works fine. This is like one of the more tan ones. This might be the most tan Mario we see for a while. But maybe in this game he's kind of been on the motocross circuit for a while, so you spend a lot of time outside. I don't know. Yoshi's Safari. This is not technically really a sprite by my own definition, but it's one of the less clear examples of what feels like somebody was just handed existing 2D art, and then they were like, just put this in the game. So they kind of traced it and punched it into the cartridge. Yeah, I don't know. A little bit wonky. It feels a little bit like when you find a shirt at the thrift store and you can tell that the design on it was the result of like a school-wide contest to see who could do the best drawing. This kind of feels like that. This feels like a kid in your class who was good at drawing Mario would do it like this. Mario vs. Donkey Kong. Pre-rendered graphics are a bad idea, and the Game Boy Advance loved to use pre-rendered graphics despite having a screen that was like 90 pixels tall. This does not look good. This looks like I'm part of the way through a puzzle where a picture is slowly being depixelated, and I'm trying to be the first person to guess that it is Mario. Probably my least favorite in this set, or one of the less good ones. Mario Party Advance. This one's fine. This is how you draw a sprite for the Game Boy Advance. You have some color options. You don't have a ton of space. You know, I think this one works. It's fine. The stance is a little rigid here. This is a very at-attention Mario, which does not really communicate party to me, but I'm sure that there's plenty of other stuff in the game that does. Super Mario Advance 1. Yeah, this is, again, the pose that I don't love. And the kind of yellow shading is back, which is not a terrible way to go. This one feels a little desaturated, and I don't know if, like, the Game Boy Advance had, like, a very high saturation screen that led artists to make things for it that were kind of, like, stage makeup style, like a little bit more pale than they wanted them to show up. I don't really know if there was a hardware reason, but a lot of these GBA sprites feel a little bit washed out. Mario Advance 2 Super Mario World. This one is even more sun-bleached than the original Mario World sprite. This one looks like it has been left in direct sunlight for a long time, and the inks are evaporating off of it. Almost into like pastel territory, which I think would be interesting for how typically like, you know, bright and kind of candy-colored video games are. To do something on the Game Boy Advance featuring Mario that was like a watercolor Kirby's Canvas Curse style, you know, pastel vibe. Could be interesting, but I think this was just a port of Super Mario World that was normal. Super Mario Advance 3 Yoshi's Island. Yeah, this one's fine. Kind of orange, but it looks basically the same as the other Yoshi's Island one, so not much to say on this front. Super Mario Advance 4 Mario Bros. 3. Big title. Same sprite. Mario Golf Advance Tour. This one I'm almost going to give a pass despite being pre-rendered, because I think just the mechanics of a golf game are a little more lenient towards pre-rendered graphics. You know, you're not like running around or platforming, so it's okay to take up more of the screen and use more resolution for your to render out your 3D model. I don't know. I mean, it's a little crunchy, but it's definitely one of the more excusable of the pre-rendered Marios that we're going to look at. Mario Kart Super Circuit. This one again is like sort of pastel, and I believe that this is pre-rendered, or maybe partially pre-rendered with some cleanup done afterward, but like the middle part reads fine. The torso and legs and arms like are fine, and then the head and the actual go-kart are like a complete mess. It's completely like scrambled. I don't like this one all that much. Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga. I like the visual style in these RPGs. I think the proportions here are a little wacky, or kind of like sitting in this middle ground between like, sometimes you see like real big, you know, one-to-one head-to-body Mario, and then sometimes you see like more normally proportioned Mario. This one is kind of sitting in the middle of those in a way that if you look at it and really consider it, is slightly uncanny. But like, it's fine. You know, it's on a Game Boy Advance, and I think that this is roughly how you should draw sprites for the Game Boy Advance. Mario Tennis Power Tour. This is not a good pre-rendered sprite. Not that there are many of those, but this one looks busted. I don't know why there's so much magenta in it, but it's yeah, it's a weird little scramble. I get it, like, you know, a tennis game has to be zoomed out very far, but like think about the Game Boy Color tennis one that like was fine. You know, I think you could have done something stylized differently here that would have been a little bit more legible in terms of where the parts of his face are. Mario Party E, or Mario Party. This one's really cute. I like this one a lot. It's just a little tiny dude. I think it's probably the same size as like the Donkey Kong one, but with more colors to play with, they can kind of shade and use different tones and stuff. Yeah, it's cute. I also just want to say, I'm not sure what minigame this is from in Mario Party, but the sprite that I assume shows up when you blew it is very good to me. It's got the Louis Zong vibes on this one are just dripping off of that, and yeah, this one's cute. Game & Watch Gallery Mario Bros. Yeah, this one's fine. I mean, this is like average Mario, you know? It's on the GBA, you got probably 30 pixels to play with here, and yeah, I mean, it reads fine. There's some discrepancies in what they're choosing to outline in black here that I'm not 100% sure about. Like, it seems like that leg did not quite get finished, and then they had to ship out Game & Watch Gallery. I don't know. Game & Watch Gallery, Mario's Bombs Away. I don't know if this actually is Mario or not. That's what it said on the website, but this could be just any made-up character, and I would believe it. I do like that early on, Mario's job was very malleable, like, but always like a laborer, right? He was like a construction guy, you know, a plumber, carpenter, wrecking crew guy. Never thought that military service would factor into that history. So, yeah, this is a weird one. This is like way out on the outskirts of this list to where I would believe you on Mario. Mario Pinball Land. It's pre-rendered. Wow. This one is just a bunch of pixels that, if I were looking at outside the context of this video, I might not even figure out are supposed to represent Mario. Mario and Luigi Bowser's Inside Story. Yeah, this one's fun. I like the way that they look in these RPG games. You know, kind of a little front arm here. Kind of a dinky arm on the right side, but you know, I don't think anything's wrong with this one, really. Yeah, it's fine. It's made for an RPG. Everything seems to check out. You know, this is a well-drawn sprite. I got no real complaints about this one, except for the dinky arm that I just noticed. Mario vs. Donkey Kong 2 March of the Minis. I think this is pre-rendered. I don't know. But this one technically is not even Mario. This is a mini, which is a like small wind-up Mario that is part of the core gameplay somehow. I don't 100% know. This one's fine. I mean, you're only gonna look at it like this big on your little DS screen, so it does the job. You can tell what it's supposed to be. Super Princess Peach. This one's a little weird. This one looks like a child dressed up as Mario, and I think it's the lack of eyebrows. I think that is crucial to making sure that Mario appears correctly, and without them, this looks like a 7-year-old ready to go out trick-or-treating, whose fake mustache from Party City keeps falling off because he's getting sweaty. Game & Watch Collection, Mario's Cement Factory. Yeah, this one's fine. It's using more colors than I might, considering the sort of flat nature of the Game & Watch games. I don't know that you need this much detail in the lighting on the face and stuff, but it's not bad, you know. You can see they're really settling into a consistent color palette here, too. Really, you know, nailing down specific hex codes for that red and blue that are going to stick for pretty much the rest of these. Game & Watch Collection Ball. Yeah, this one's cute, kind of a throwback. You know, the limited colors thing, the use of just black and white here. Yeah, it seems like if this game had been made for the NES, this is probably about how it would have looked. And it's cute. It's fine. I kind of miss the Mario 3 style black overalls. I think that was kind of cool. Mickey Mouse looking ass. New Super Mario Brothers. This one's not good. This is why you shouldn't use pre-rendered graphics, especially when you don't have a lot of actual screen space. The sheet for this game has like 250 Marios on it, and I scanned it for one that looked the least busted, and this is what I pulled, and it still looks very busted. This Mario fell off the table and a dog chewed on it. Not good. Yoshi Touch Go. This one's fine. Ditching the black outlines I think is a good idea. You know, it still reads pretty clearly. I would have maybe tried to wedge another eye in there somewhere. Well, not somewhere, but you know, where the other eye would go, just to make it a little more clear, like which way he's facing at small size, but yeah, it's fine. Yoshi's Island DS. This is pretty much the same one, but like, what would the Touch and Go one look like if it had black outlines? And the answer is this, which, I mean, the head-to-body proportion in this one is perhaps more ludicrous than in almost any of the other ones. But, you know, he's a baby. And so I guess if you multiply Mario's big head proportions by the natural big head proportions of a baby, you end up here with this little keychain looking guy. Now we're moving on to miscellaneous / other. Paper Mario, the 1,000-Year Door, and also all of the other Paper Marios, because they basically look like this. This one is cute. I like the visual style in Paper Mario, and especially 1,000-Year Door, you know, is doing some new fun stuff. The skin tone is a little bit gray here. I don't know. Again, maybe there was a hardware reason for that. I don't remember the GameCube rendering colors weird or anything. But yeah, you know, the classic kind of pot belly, kind of sphere torso, and fist clenched, ready to jump into battle. This, I think, is the first one where you can see that the mustache and hair are different colors, which is something that I know annoys a lot of people. I don't know why they started doing that. I would be curious to learn. Dr. Mario 64. Yeah, it was the 90s. He's got those crossed arms. He's got that attitude. He's got just big baggy pants again. This is a recurring thing, is big pants. Yeah, the face area on this one is also a little bit of a mess. I feel like I mean, it's way better than the NES Dr. Mario. But this one, I think you could have gotten away with a slightly bigger head just to buy a few more pixels to draw the face with. Hotel Mario. Evil. Not good. This is a scummy little goblin. And, yeah, the expression here and the proportions that look like an anvil recently fell on him, not good. Do not like this one. Super Mario Bros. Special. This was for the PC 88, I think. And yeah, very British looking Mario here. Very Achewood British computer looking ass Mario here. I don't fully understand why, if you only had 3 colors to use, why you would decide to go with, well, one, why you would decide to go with, like, straight yellow for the hands, but then not the head, and then B, why you wouldn't just why you would not just use the dithered thing. But maybe on a CRT, like, it looks fine. You know, this is not really the context this was designed for, and, I feel for the Super Mario Bros. Special developers. They knew they were working on a weird afterthought, and they did their best. So overall, I'm going to give this one a pass. Mario is missing for PC. Bad. Bizarre body language, weird proportions, busted chin. This is a bootleg. This Mario would not look out of place airbrushed in lurid color on a carnival ride, or maybe hand-painted on a local daycare. Not good. Mario's Time Machine for PC. This is the last one, but melted slightly. This is a wax statue of Mario that it was caught in the heat during a power outage. Don't like it. Mario Clash for Virtual Boy. But on the Virtual Boy palette being kind of unpleasant, like, this one I think does a pretty good job. You know, you don't have a lot of shades to work with, and it reads fine. I can tell where all the parts are. The eyeball situation is, like, a little bit strange, but I'm not viewing this on original hardware, and maybe it looked fine. The very last one is Mario Teaches Typing. This one looks the most like a mascot suit of any of these, to the point where I'm wondering if it was modeled on, like, a Mario mascot suit that someone had seen on commercials, that perhaps Nintendo did not lend the developers of Teaches Typing, like, the official brand guide, or didn't even have one yet, and they just were like, yeah, you guys have seen this dude, just wing it. And somebody just threw some sketches down when they saw, you know, a commercial on the TV, and just ran with it. So there's 71 different Marios. This turned out a lot longer than I thought it was going to be. I don't think I'm going to rank them on any kind of scale, but I will hand out some superlatives. So let me think. The most Mario of these, I think, is probably the Game & Watch Cement Factory one. You know, it's not that big, it's not that detailed, but I think it gets all the pieces across in a way that still feels stylish. I would consider that one the most Mario. The least Mario, I think, is a tie between NES Golf, because many people did not believe it was Mario for years, and it really doesn't look like him that much, and the Game & Watch Gallery Bombs Away Mario, who I also am not convinced is actually Mario. Thanks for hanging around for this. You can subscribe for, maybe I'll do more stuff like this. I don't know. I sort of just do whatever I want on here, and then if people watch it, that's cool, and if people don't watch it, then, you know, I had a good time making it. I have been streaming on Discord, and I'm thinking about migrating to Twitch, including a lot of Mario games and other weird odds and ends. So if you are interested in watching that, it's usually on weekends. You can follow that link. You can follow me on Twitter and other stuff. Everything will be in the description. And what was your favorite one? Tell me in a comment. I don't like doing YouTube talk like this. That's the end of the video. See you guys.